Hey guys, what's up? Hey dosers, what's up? And welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be finishing off the Vieta formula, and today we're going to be focusing on the product rule. So let's get into it. So we covered the sum rule, so we're going to ignore this part over here. Again, for if you haven't watched the first part of the Vieta formula, please, I'd recommend doing that first. If you don't want to do that, then it's still fine to watch this video. So the product rule is what we're focusing on. So the product rule is as follows: 1 minus 1 to the power of n times a0 over a to the power of n. So again, I want you to not look at the sigma notation formula over here. This represents a polynomial, but a polynomial can be many different things. It can be written as x to the power of 5 plus x to the power of 4 plus x to the power of 3 plus x to the 5, x to the power of 2 plus 7, for example. This could be your polynomial equation, and you're asked in this case to find what the product of the roots. So a root is the x-axis, intercept. So an intercept with the x-axis of the graph of your polynomial, whatever the x-axis intercept of this polynomial is classified as a root. So they've asked you to find out the product of the roots. The product means x1, let's take x1 as our first root, x2 as our first root. So these two multiplied, let's say you have a quadratic equation, so you get two roots, and then these two multiplied gives you your product. This is your product. So they're asking the product of the roots of a polynomial, and this is how you find it. So n in this equation is classified as the biggest power of x. So in this case, let's take this example, n is equal to 5. a0, so a bottom power to the power bottom power is 0, basically. So that means that when x when a constant that is not accompanied by x. So in this case, we only have one thing that is not accompanied by x, this constant right here, which is 7. So that means a of 0 will be equal to 7. A of 0 means that whatever value is not accompanied by x. So if it was 7 and 8, like let's say you had an 8 over here, you just add both of them, and then you'd get your constant a0, which is 15. 7 plus 8 is 15, and then you just write that as a0. But 8 is not here, so right now the only thing without a company of an x is a0. And then we look at a of n, which is basically a of 5, as n is equal to 5. So that just means whatever constant is accompanying x to the power of 5. So in this case, it is 1. So a of 5 is 1. And then you plug all of these in, and then minus 1 to the power of n minus 1 to the power of 5, which is still a negative number. So you get negative 7 as your product. Now let's do an actual question, an actual example question. So the roots of the cubic equation of this cubic equation, this is a polynomial, are x1, x2, and x3. So without solving the cubic equation, without solving this equation, find the products of roots. So they're asking here x1 times x2 times x3. That is what they're asking for over here. So we're going to do exactly that. So we look back at our equation over here. So we do minus 1 to the power of 3 times a of 0, yes, a of 0, which is minus 4, over a of n, so which is 3, x to the power of 3. So this gives you an answer of 4 over 3, because this is minus 1, and this is a negative, so negative and negative makes positive, so you get 4 over 3 as your answer. It's just as simple as that. Again, I have gone a little bit quickly through this, as this is part 2, and I've mainly done most of the explanation of this in the first part of the Vieta formula. So I'd once again recommend watching part 1 of this video, watching part 1 of the Vieta formula before going through with this. Thank you for watching today's video. These Canva slides will be in the link below, will be linked below in the description. And there is an example question for you guys to attempt. I want you guys to focus on the product for this time. So product of the roots of these two equations, and the answers are given on the next slide. So thank you for watching today's video. Again, there is a link for tutoring in the description below, 30-minute tutoring that you can book at any time with me completely for free, 30 minutes long, completely for free. So go ahead and do that if you want to. Thank you for watching today's video. Take care and have a good day.